Welcome back guys. So in this video I'll be talking about different topics. First I'll start with the upcoming Mesa driver update version 23.1 for the Linux based SteamOS. Now on my Steam Deck I often test non-Steam Windows games downloaded from third-party launchers like EA Play, Ubisoft Connect, Epic Games, and also Steam games that are marked as unsupported. For these games, Valve does not provide any pre-compiled shader cache files. This is why these games can stutter when we run them for the first time. Need to play for about 30 to 40 minutes, try out different characters, different areas before the performance smoothens out due to the complete compilation of shader cache. Sometimes it can take even longer than this, depends on the game. This update addresses this issue. It will also help in reducing the size of the shader cache files. By default, shader cache files for the games are stored on the internal storage. Technically speaking, it allows for greater reuse for pipelines having the same shaders or states across multiple pipelines. Now this update should be available by the end of May or early June. Now if you have a Linux based system with an updated Mesa driver, you can actually enable graphics pipeline library by using this launch command right here, RADV_PERF test equal to GPL. That's it. For SteamOS, just need to wait for the Mesa driver version 23.1 update. This GPL will be enabled by default. Don't need to use any launch command. Valve has released a new update for their Steam desktop beta client. You can get this update even on Steam Deck if you are on the beta SteamOS channel. I've already downloaded this update on my Steam Deck. You can check out the new interface. A lot of changes have been added. I'll just quickly go through them. The in-game overlay has been completely overhauled. It gives us quick access to different stuff while we are in the middle of a game, like friends chat, achievements, progress guides, discussion, browser, and more. Valve has picked a couple of windows by default. We have the option to pick and personalize the pieces of content we'd like to see in our overlay. Settings are saved between the games. Then we have the game overview. We can use it to see what achievements we have in progress, which friends are playing the same game, top guides, news, and many more stuff. Then we have the notes application. You guessed it right, we can use it to jot down the notes. It has the ability to have multiple notes per game. Can even be used in offline mode. These notes are saved on a per game basis and are synced across to any other PCs we are logged into. Valve has also added the ability to pin windows from the overlay so that they can appear on top of the game while we are in game. Opacity level is adjustable. Then we have the notifications. They have been refreshed. The green button only lights up when there's truly something new for us. The tray view is limited to new notification, and there's a view all page with a historical view. Screenshot manager has been refreshed as well. We can choose from large or small thumbnails, view recent screenshots rather than by game, and we can manage online screenshots as well as local screenshots. For Mac and Linux operating systems, this update also makes it possible to enable hardware acceleration, bringing them up to par with Windows. We should be seeing snappier animations, scrolling, and more responsive UI. Linux users can try the new client out today as of 28 April 2023. For Mac users, you will have to wait for a couple of weeks as Valve is working very hard getting the client ready for public testing. This is Steam running in desktop mode on Steam Deck. Show you the screenshot manager. Just click on view, then click on screenshots. From here you can access the screenshots on a per game basis. Screenshot taken using Steam client. Visibility can be changed from here. It's good to see these new updates to the Steam client. Apparently Microsoft is working on a Windows 11 gaming handheld mode for devices like Steam Deck. Now I use Windows 11 on my Steam Deck, and there is no denying that the stock user interface is not user friendly for a handheld device. Need to rely on third-party softwares in order to use the Steam Deck controls. This handheld mode should address this issue. It also includes a launcher that can run games from digital stores like Steam, PC Game Pass, EA Play, Epic Games, and many more. There are a lot of handheld PCs that rely on Windows as their operating system. They are going to benefit a lot from this handheld mode. For example, 1X Player series, IR series, GPD series, and the upcoming ROG Ally. As of now, this gaming handheld mode is in the prototype stage. I hope the stable build is released soon. It also includes a keyboard optimized for the Steam Deck that can be navigated using a controller and even a floating taskbar. Just wanted to talk about the pricing of RTX 4070 in my country, that is India. The GPU was released a couple of weeks ago. It is being sold for around rupees 62,000. Now my biggest problem is with its 8 GB of VRAM buffer. This amount of memory is not enough to run AAA games in 2023 with maxed out settings at full HD resolution. I purchased RTX 2070 Super almost 4 years ago. It also came with 8 GB of VRAM. I tried running Resident Evil 4 Remake with maxed out settings at full HD resolution on my PC. Game kept on crashing. It was due to the limited amount of VRAM. Game consumes around 12 GB of VRAM with maxed out settings even at full HD resolution. I even tried it on my Steam Deck at 800p using the balance preset. On Windows, it requires around 5 GB of VRAM. In my opinion, at this price, you should be getting a GPU with at least 16 GB of VRAM. For a mid-range GPU, target 12 GB of VRAM. For an entry-level GPU, target 6 GB of VRAM. Now I'll be covering Rog Phone 7. This device was released a couple of weeks ago in India, priced at rupees 75,000 for the base variant that comes with 12 GB of RAM, LPDDR5X and 256 GB of storage, UFS 4.0. Barely anything has changed since the last Rog Phone. Asus has upgraded its processor. It comes with Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 based on a 4nm production process as expected. Now these are its specifications. Quickly go through them. Weight of the device is around 240 grams. Its thickness is around 10.3 millimeter. It's roughly the same as before. Front side is protected using Gorilla Glass Victus. The back side is protected using Gorilla Glass 3. Phone comes with an aluminium frame, IP54 water resistance rating, illuminated RGB logo on the back side, pressure sensitive zones, gaming triggers. In terms of innovation, Rog Phone is dead now. Literally the same phone is released every year. They just upgrade the internal hardware. The display extends 6.7 inches diagonally, AMOLED panel, 1 billion colors, 165Hz refresh rate, HDR10 Plus is supported. Peak brightness is around 1500 nits. I am reading these specifications from GSMArena website. Display has a resolution of Full HD+. This new processor from Qualcomm comes with Adreno 740 GPU. Different variants of this Rog phone exist. They support up to 512 GB of ROM and 16 GB of RAM. You'll be getting an Android 13 based Rog UI out of the box. In terms of camera, it comes with a 50 megapixel main sensor, Sony IMX766 with an aperture size of f1.9, does not support optical image stabilization, relies on EIS. Ultra wide lens, 13 megapixel snapper with an aperture size of f2.2, and it also comes with a macro lens, 8 megapixel sensor with an aperture size of f2.0. Front camera, a 32 megapixel snapper with an aperture size of f2.45. Rear camera can record 8K video. Useless who records videos at 8K resolution. These specifications are just to boast, not practical at all. Battery 6000 mAh, 65 watts charger is included. The device supports power delivery 3.0, quick charge 5. You can fully charge the device in about 42 minutes according to Asus. Device also supports 10 watts of reverse wired charging. Under display fingerprint reader is present. Device supports NFC, 3.5mm jack and stereo speakers. I'll be honest, Rog phones do have some of the best speakers you'll ever encounter in a mobile phone. Just wanted to share with you my personal experience of using Rog phones in India. I owned a Rog Phone 5. One day its motherboard randomly became dead. I went to the service center to get the phone repaired. Service center guy told me that over 50% of Rog Phone 5 suffered from the same issue. He even told me not to use the phone to play games as it heats up the processor. As my device was in warranty, Asus provided me with the Rog Phone 5s. Its performance is really very bad, real world gaming performance. Asus has permanently throttled the processor in order to avoid overheating. The toy cooler is not enough to keep the device cool. It cannot sustain high performance. This is why these gaming phones are useless, especially in a country like India. During the summer season, they won't be able to sustain high performance and you'll just end up with a damaged device. This is the CPU throttling test done for Rog Phone 7. Test was ran for about an hour. Dynamic performance mode was used. This phone does not come with any physical cooling, so you can see device throttled a lot. After an hour, CPU throttled to about 65% of its max performance. Average performance was around 270,000 GIPS, nothing impressive. Same test was ran with the cooler attached, X mode plus performance mode enabled. Test was ran for about an hour and you can see the results. CPU throttled to around 89% of its max performance, much better than before. Average performance was around 341,000 GIPS. This is for Snapdragon 8 Gen 2. Now let me just show you the same score for Snapdragon 8 Plus Gen 1 on Rog Phone 6 Pro. There it is, average score of around 350,000 GIPS, actually higher than the score of Rog Phone 7. You can see Rog Phone 6 Pro review, X mode plus performance mode enabled, Aero Active Cooler 6 attached. Aero Active Cooler 7 in India is priced at around 7,000. What a joke, it's a plastic toy cooler, waste of money. There's the new Aero Active Cooler. It relies on the Type-C port and some pogo pins to connect to the phone. Now if the phone is throttling this much under lab conditions, just imagine what would have happened if the tests were done under real world conditions like the summer season of India. It just cannot sustain high performance at all. Look at this dual tone finish of Rog Phone 7. In my opinion, it looks garbage. Next topic, the pricing and the internal specifications for the upcoming Rog Ally handheld PC have been leaked. The price for the highest tier variant is said to be around $700, not bad at all considering it's only $50 more expensive than the highest tier variant of Steam Deck. The top variant comes with AMD's new Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor. This processor comes with 8 Zen 4 CPU cores and RDNA 3 based GPU with 12 compute units. I was just wondering if this is the price for the top variant, what would be the price for the base variant? Maybe around $500. That variant will be coming with AMD's Z1 vanilla processor. It should be having 6 Zen 4 CPU cores and an RDNA 3 based GPU with less number of compute units. This is a screenshot of Geekbench 5 benchmark score. This test was conducted on Rog Ally. Its OpenCL score was around 35,498. This is roughly on par with a GTX 1650 Max-Q. Other information was revealed. Device was running on Windows 11, Ryzen Z1 Extreme processor, 8 cores, 16 threads, base frequency 3.3 GHz, maximum frequency of around 5 GHz. Now this processor will be having a max TDP rating of 30 watts in the boost mode. By default it should be running at 15 watts. In the 30 watts mode, don't expect good battery performance from this handheld PC. I mean, it comes with a full HD display. It's going to be very demanding on the battery to run the games at full HD resolution and the processor alone drawing 30 watts of power. I'm not even expecting the handheld PC to run for about an hour. For the timing, this is just some leaked information, take it with a grain of salt. Asus will be officially unveiling the pricing and availability of Rog Ally on 11th May 2023. Asus has a much richer presence than Valve in terms of hardware sales. I mean, in India, Rog products are sold, but Steam Deck is still not available. I'm looking forward to the release of this device. Next news. A UK-based regulatory authority CMA has blocked Microsoft's deal to buy out Activision Blizzard for about $69 billion according to the regulator. It was concerned that the deal would hit innovation and give gamers less choice in the fast-growing cloud gaming market where people buy subscriptions to access games online. Basically, they fear that Microsoft will limit the access to Call of Duty games. They will be only available on Microsoft's own xCloud cloud gaming platform. This is not good for competition. Now Sony is vehemently opposing this merger. According to them, Microsoft will remove Call of Duty games from PlayStation platform and make them exclusive to Xbox platform. In Microsoft's defense, they have been signing 10-year-long agreements with third-party platforms to make their Xbox PC Studio games and Activision Blizzard games available on third-party platforms. According to Microsoft, they have no plans of making Call of Duty games exclusive to Xbox platform, at least for the next 10 years. It does not make sense as well. They are going to lose out on a lot of profit. Call of Duty is money. It sells a lot on PlayStation platform. This is all corporate stuff. It's not like Sony is a saint. They also do a lot of exclusive games and all that stuff. I mean, God of War games were exclusive on PlayStation for such a long time. If Sony had the opportunity to buy out Call of Duty devs, they would have done the same thing. Personally, I am looking forward to this deal. I hope it goes through. I just want quality games on Xbox Game Pass platform. The old titles are so expensive in my country, India. Activision does not even employ regional pricing. Games are so expensive. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 in India sells for around rupees 5,000. That's just crazy. I just received this email yesterday. Nware is a cloud gaming platform, and Microsoft and Nware announced a 10-year agreement on Xbox and Activision Blizzard games. Basically, these games will be available on this cloud platform. So Microsoft is trying their best to convince people that they won't be making their games exclusive to only Xbox platform. Last but not least, Star Wars Jedi Survivor is now available. It was released just yesterday. Unfortunately, it is another AAA game that suffers from poor day one performance. Very disappointing. I'm pretty sure EA will fix the performance issues in the coming months with updates. But the question arises, why so many AAA games get released in an unfinished stage and then developers patch them in the coming months? I mean, remember the release of Cyberpunk 2077? It suffered from a lot of issues during its launch period, performance issues as well, and now it's playable even on a Steam Deck. This is the day one review posted by PC Gamer, quoting them on an RTX 2080 Super i9 9900KS processor and 32 GB of RAM. They were lucky to squeeze a 35 FPS average in the semi-open world areas. They even tested the game on another PC having the specification Ryzen 7 5700G processor, RTX 3060, 16 GB of RAM, and had the same problems. Cutscenes often plummet to 15 to 20 FPS cut off or overlap dialogue. EA has acknowledged the issue. They have posted this tweet. Quoting them, we are aware that Star Wars Jedi Survivor isn't performing to our standards for a percentage of our PC players, in particular those with high-end machines or certain specific configurations. Just hear this out. For example, players using cutting-edge multi-threaded chipsets designed for Windows 11 were encountering problems on Windows 10, or high-end GPUs coupled with lower performing CPUs also saw unexpected frame loss. Rest assured, we are working to address these cases quickly. This is BS. They are defending themselves with lame excuses. This is why it's generally recommended not to pre-order games. I'll be honest guys, I was actually considering buying this game to test it on my PC and Steam Deck, but after seeing the poor performance reviews, I decided not to buy the game. Its previous part is one of the best modern day single player games. I'm pretty sure this game is good as well. It's just that its poor performance issues has taken all of the spotlight. I'll end the video here guys. I hope you found it useful. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.